He had survived sandstorms, gunfire, and nights so dangerous they blurred into silence. Yet nothing prepared him for the humiliation waiting at his own homeland's airport. Minutes after stepping off the plane in his uniform, a black soldier found himself surrounded by officers who looked at him not with respect but with suspicion, hostility, and doubt. Something about him, something they refused to name, made him their target. And as the tension grew, none of them realized an influential figure was watching from just a few steps away. What happens when the truth walks in wearing Star's watch until the end? Wait a second. Let us know where you are watching from in the comments. And make sure to subscribe for more powerful and inspiring stories just like this one. Marcus Reed had spent a year overseas, where the desert winds carved memories into him that he carried like invisible scars. Home was supposed to be peace, a place where he could finally exhale. As he walked through the airport, he breathed in the scent of coffee shops, heard the buzz of intercom announcements, and felt the warmth of travelers reuniting with loved ones. He imagined spotting his sister at any moment, her arms wide open. He carried just one duffel bag, stuffed with sand-coated boots and folded letters that helped him survive lonely nights. His uniform was pressed, though worn from missions that blurred into each other. He was tired but proud of making it home. Proud of serving a country he hoped would see him as he saw it. But the security officers' looks lingered too long. Their whispers felt cold. Something inside him tightened. He knew this feeling. Trouble had already found him. Marcus moved through the terminal, scanning the crowd when two police officers cut him off without warning. Their postures were stiff and rigid, more confrontational than curious. One officer eyed his uniform with a raised brow, as if searching for a flaw. The other fixated on Marcus's duffel bag, his suspicions sharpening with each second. They demanded identification. Marcus handed over his military ID, still warm from his pocket. Instead of accepting it, the officers inspected it as if it were counterfeit. Cash exchanging looks that suggested they had already made up their minds. Their doubts were not about the ID itself. They were about the man holding it. Travelers slowed down as the officers' voices rose. They questioned him relentlessly, asking why he was there, how he got the uniform, and whether he was really military personnel. The implications stung deeper than the words. Marcus had worn that uniform longer than some officers had worn a badge. When he explained he had just returned from deployment, they dismissed his answer. They insisted he step aside for additional verification. Their tone dripped with disbelief, as if Marcus' service was a story he had made up. Crowds formed, phones lifted, whispers grew. Why are they stopping him? Is he dangerous? What did he do? Marcus felt heat rise behind his eyes. Not fear, but a deep and painful humiliation. He had survived war zones with dignity intact, yet here at home, in front of strangers, he was being reduced to nothing but a stereotype. Behind the crowd, unseen, someone else stepped closer. Someone who recognized him immediately. The officers pushed Marcus toward a wall, demanding he drop his bag. When he hesitated, more from disbelief than resistance, one twisted his arm behind him with unnecessary force. Pain jolted through his shoulder, and gasps rippled through the onlookers. Then, a firm voice broke through the tension. It was crisp, authoritative, and unmistakable. Officers, release him now. The crowd split as a high-ranking general stepped forward. Medals glinting, uniform pristine, presence commanding. His expression was cold, controlled fury. He looked at Marcus, then at the officers still holding him down. That man, the general said, is one of my best soldiers. And you have made a grave mistake. Silence swallowed the terminal. The officers froze, realizing who stood behind them. But it was too late. The damage was already done. Hands trembling, the officers stepped back, apologizing and unsure what to say. The general ignored them, focusing on Marcus instead. He helped him up gently, almost protectively. so repairing the dignity that had been stripped away in front of so many strangers. The general publicly affirmed Marcus's service record, his achievements, his leadership, the courage that earned him respect overseas. The bystanders recorded every word. Marcus did not lash out. He did not need to. The truth had spoken louder than any argument. Yet as he walked out of the terminal beside the general, a cold truth settled inside him. Even a soldier in uniform could be targeted, his loyalty questioned, his identity doubted because of the color of his skin. The question hung in the air. How many more must serve their country only to be disrespected at home? Which country and city are you watching from? Take care.